Let's move on to main topic number 1. And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Steve, who writes, "So, actress Evangeline Lilly is proudly refusing to self-isolate herself or her family. If they make a third Ant-Man, should they replace her with another actress? Should such reckless, dangerous idiocy be rewarded with a generous payday? If she got drunk, got behind the wheel, and crashed her car into a school gate, Marvel would drop her in an instant. Aren't her actions just as dangerous and a risk to life? What kind of example does this set for young MCU fans?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Steve. I appreciate that. And yes, Evangeline Lilly, ladies and gentlemen, who I'm not going to lie, I just adore Evangeline Lilly. She's a good Canadian kid. I've had a chance to sit and interview her on a couple of occasions. She's completely delightful, big, bubbly, bloom of energy and wonderfulness and all that kind of stuff. The reality is, we live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where smart people, good people, intelligent people can do or say some really stupid things. That's just the world we live in. I like to consider myself a fairly intelligent person. Like I can tie my shoes, but I will do and say stupid things sometimes. You are fairly intelligent people, but I'm absolutely sure you have done and said some really stupid things sometimes that maybe you look back on and shake your head. I believe Evangeline Lilly is a wonderful person, but this statement she made is really rather ridiculous. This is what she said. Now, we're going to put this in context in a second, but this is what Evangeline Lilly said. This was in response on Twitter. Now, understand this. She did not hold a national press conference, ask reporters to come to her house to say, "I want to make a statement to America." It was on Twitter. Somebody asked her something. She made this reply. "Some people value their lives over freedom. Some people value freedom over their lives. We all make our choices." Now, that was in response to the fact that where she lives, there is kids' gymnastic classes are still allowed to be open, and she wrote that she took her kids to kids' gymnastics class. She took some heat on Twitter. She just mentioned on Twitter she took some heat on Twitter for doing that, and she just said, "Hey, look, I value my freedom over my life and stuff like that," and blah 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 blah. Now, of course, the first thing that comes to mind for me when I hear a comment like that is what I'm hearing a lot of these idiot kids on the beaches saying, which is like, "Well, I don't care if I get sick," or "I'll be fine if I get sick," or something like that. And they fail to properly understand that the issue, we don't care if you get sick, you idiot. We care as a society that if you get sick, you don't just become a sick person, you become a transmitter. You become somebody who's going to get other people sick. And then those people are going to get other people sick. And that's the thing. So yes, I look at what Evangeline Lilly said as being completely idiotic. It's completely stupid. It's completely dumb. However, let me say this. In the instant cancel culture that we kind of live in right now, I think we need to also step back, take a little bit of a breath, and remember that where she lives right now, what she's proposing that she's doing, remember, she's not saying I'm going to jump around and start hugging and spitting in people's ears on the street. She didn't say that. She didn't. This was something she made a comment on her thing. And understand this, clearly where she lives, doing that is not illegal. What she's doing is not breaking any rules or any laws that are in place where she lives. It's just not. The example of if she got behind the wheel of a car drunk and ran her car into like a school bus or something like that, yeah, but at that level, she is clearly violating and breaking existing laws that we have in our land to protect ourselves and to protect people. There is a difference. You may say there's not a difference, but there is a difference right now. that she's doing something that the current law allows her the freedom to make a choice to do if she wants. Do I think it's a dumb decision? Yes. But, and I don't mean to offend anybody, smoking is pretty damn stupid too. But people have the freedom to smoke if they want. That's the way things in our country. And I'm not going to cancel somebody who smokes, even though they're harming themselves and harming people around them with their secondhand smoke. But that's the law. So I don't judge anybody for doing that. Even though I personally think it's dumb, it's whatever. Now, I'm also not trying to equate, Rob. I'm not sitting here trying to equate that, what Evangeline Lilly is doing is no more harmful than, somebody smoking out in public. I'm not trying to equate that either. I'm just saying that I don't think we should be so quick to jump on the cancellation thing. Do we have the right to say that what she's doing is stupid? Yes. Should she lose her job for it? No. Unless she's living in New York City and the governor says there's an absolute quarantine, no one's allowed to leave your house, and then she gets on Twitter and says, I'm doing it anyway. Well, okay, then that becomes a different issue. But right now she's simply exercising a right that she does have to make right now. Even though I think it's dumb. Do you fire people from their jobs over that? No, I don't think so. So while I think what she said is really stupid, that's exactly how I personally equate this. I think people are overreacting. And again, Rob, context is everything. It's not like she held some press conference, She was engaging with a fan on her own Twitter. She made a comment. Everybody's now taken it and made it headline news. So idiotic, yes. Fireable? No, I don't think so. Rob, I don't know. You saw this, and this is going all over the place. What do you think of it?
Well, look, I mean, I would take into consideration where she lives, what the situation is, and while I think it doesn't help on a national level, if you saw how many people were out at California beaches yesterday,
idiots.
There's a lot of people everywhere that aren't exactly adhering to the idea of social distancing. And what she was saying was, look, she's a mom trying to keep some kind of normalcy for her children. And while I wouldn't, if I had kids, I wouldn't want them to go to a gymnasium in this day and age for that very reason, especially if they're going to be around their grandparents or older people. You don't want to basically create new virus reactors. And I think that's the thing that maybe people don't understand. But also, she was talking to a fan, and why I wouldn't want to cancel her. I mean, I like her work, and we'll see where all of this is going to go. I mean, now we have this. I just don't like you were saying, the whole idea of gotcha culture. Like, let's just go get people and let's tell on somebody and get them in trouble. I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's not illegal.
Yeah, and it's weird. It just kind of, to me, it goes to the thing about, when Christopher McQuarrie or other celebrities get off social media. We as fans, we love seeing our filmmakers and our actors and our writers on social media. It gives us a way to interact and engage. But the reason a lot of them will get off is now is because, okay, wait, so if I'm not completely careful, and even just in a conversation can take, and all of a sudden a conversation I'm having on my social media becomes headline news somewhere, no wonder a lot of these people want to get off social media. The only difference, Rob, between a lot of these celebrities and us is that, if the media was going through your social media sitting at home, they would find some things that they could run headlines on too, except nobody cares if it's me or if it's you or whatever. Nobody cares. But when it's a celebrity, it's somebody else. So it's an interesting situation. So yeah, bottom line for me is completely stupid. Something you fire her off a movie franchise for? I don't think so. But guys, maybe you feel different. Maybe you've got some things that you're taking in consideration that I'm not thinking about right now. Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.